England Homegrown Tourist here, and we've got more D23 stuff I want to talk about here. A lot of cool things have been going on. It's amazing the amount of information and the amount of stuff that's being announced. So I figured let's talk about a lot of it this time around. And with me, I've got the authenticator himself, Dalton.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Good evening.
And, well, you've heard him quite a bit on our live streams here. And now we've got a new guy named Professor Pixel.
Howdy.
And you're the part guy. You know, Dalton is a historian as far as Disney's concerned. He also loves the movies, but we all do. Yeah. You know, that's just a given right there. We're going to be talking a lot about park stuff. And if anybody jumps in, you want to join the conversation. Heck, I accidentally left the link in Twitter, but I'll definitely let you guys in. That's one thing I've always had, an open door policy on my live streams, and I'm always looking forward to hearing what other people have to say. A lot of stuff, guys. A lot of stuff here. We're going to be talking about a new Moana attraction. We're going to be talking about a movie called Raya and the Last Dragon. There's new stuff on Frozen. We've got a fresh look at Rise of the Resistance. I'm not in the parks today, and they let people in to check it out. Not that they're riding on it yet. We're all going to be frothing at the mouth over the fact that there's a new announcement for Hong Kong Disneyland and new details for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, as well as my fat self's favorite announcement, where we get more information about the Epcot Space Restaurant.
The food, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh man, I love Disney park food, man. Seriously. At some point, you and I, Professor, we're going to have to start talking about best and worsts.
Oh, yes.
We're going to have to do this at some point, you know, and Dalton, you're just going to have to fly down. Go on. We're going to have to do a couple of reviews together. I know it's a jaunt to have a burger, but yes, you will have to.
I don't eat burgers in general anyway, so that would not be what I would choose.
Well, if you go to just regular fast food restaurants, which I don't recommend, I can understand that, but there are some places around here that really do serve them up well.
Well, I'm not a big fan of sandwiches in general. Something about the conflicting textures always messes with me a little bit.
Okay, I understand. Squeaky clean, blessed. We are talking about new D23 announcements, and we're going to start with this one right here, which is where we're going to start off with the restaurant. I want to find out about this. We're going to talk about the new space restaurant that's coming to Epcot. Now, it's been announced before. We've heard all about it, and it's going to be at Epcot. It's going to be near Mission Space, and it's called Space 220, and it should be ready this winter. And holy Toledo, I'm so jazzed for it, man. I'm going to be there. I want to be on opening day, but as soon as as soon as I can get a reservation for it, I'm in. I'm so looking forward to it. It says to get to the restaurant, guests will board an elevator near the Mission Space attraction that will replicate being shot up into orbit. Once inside, you'll be a part of an immersive dining experience on board a space station with panoramic view of the stars while floating through space, including daytime and nighttime views of Earth from 220 miles up. And along the way, Disney said viewports will give guests real-time perspective as they travel high above the planet. What do you think?
That's just cool. Although, and maybe it's just because what we were talking about last night, I suspect that if this is successful, they'll replicate something similar for Galaxy's Edge, because they'd be kind of stupid not to.
Maybe I've seen quite a few things where I'm like, why have you not done this or that for certain things? I gotta ask though, and I'm really interested in what they're talking about here, and that is shot up into space. It's gonna make you feel as if you're shot up into space. Yeah. Are you talking like a thrill ride to get to a restaurant? Am I the only one that feels like that's what it sounds like? What do you think, Pixel?
That's roughly what they will do, and how they will probably do it, I will imagine, is how they replicate weightlessness in laboratory conditions, which is with vacuum chambers.
Yeah, but how are you? It's a restaurant. This is not going. You're not going to want to ride a roller coaster to go have a meal, and after you ride a roller coaster, you're not going to want that meal. That's what I'm wondering about. What do you think?
I think that it's actually going to be like if you go to the Gringotts ride and you wait through the queue, there's an elevator.
Yes,
I think it's going to be a lot like that.
I got you. Yeah,
it'll feel like it's going fairly fast.
Like
upward.
the windows make it look like you're going fast when you're really just going as a normal speed. Yeah, they used to have that in the deeply and sadly missed Disney Quest. They used to have an elevator ride with the genie that kind of did that as well. Yeah. Let's see. There's no word on the menu yet, but it's going to be operated by Patina Restaurant Group, which already operates a handful of popular Italian-inspired Disney restaurants, including Via Napoli Pizzeria, which I'm going to be going to soon because on Extreme Movie Show, another one of the channels I got, we talked about pizza and snacking it tonight, and I want really good pizza. Let's see. And Tutto Italia Ristorante in Epcot, along with Maria Enzo's and Pizza Pont and Disney Springs. I went to Enzo's Hideaway. Have you ever been there?
No, I have not.
I highly recommend it. It
I've
also owns.
never been there.
Yeah, it's very good. It also owns Mormito Asia and the Edison, an industrial Gothic themed restaurant. Okay, so we don't get an idea of what the menu is going to be. You're a space restaurant. What's your menu, Dalton? What do you think a space restaurant's menu should look like?
Well, I would imagine it'd be a lot of riffs on like the dehydrated foods that like astronauts and things would have. But then again,
well,
I could see them loading it up with a bunch of gourmet stuff and acting like it's sort of like a
alien food.
Yeah, immersive alien food type stuff like that. But on the subject of the elevator and how they're going to make it space-y, as it were, of course, the main thing that occurred to me just now was the elevator in the Haunted Mansion and how the room stretches. So
yeah,
they could do a lot with like perspective and things to make it shift like that. Though I think it would be really cool to have that. I think personally it would be cool to have that sort of thrilling weightlessness aspect involved, but maybe I'm reaching a little bit too far for the immersion because I really like things that are immersive like that.
Okay.
No, I agree. The weightlessness would be cool.
It would be
for a second, but
you got to think of grandma because it's a restaurant. We're not dealing with young people like myself. We're dealing with grandma. Yeah. We're not dealing with dads. We're dealing with grandmas. We're dealing with babies. We're dealing with little kids that are going to be brought to a restaurant. Now, I could also see them having a more of a thrill experience and a regular, just in case, like they do at Mission Space. So I don't know. It's very interesting. This is something I'm watching. I can't wait for it to open. I am thinking, as far as food is concerned, like squid ink pasta, something that makes it look like tentacles and such like that. I agree with you. But I absolutely would be ticked off if they charge gourmet prices for dried ice cream.
Yeah. If it tastes like astronaut food, it's not going to be worth it.
Yeah, that is designed
they need to go a little bit more like Star Trek food replicators and a little bit less dehydrated everything. Thanks.
Yeah, they're going to be okay. So here's your food sack. That's not going to be fun.
Though I think they could do that for the dessert. I think they could use a what's the
molecular gastronomy?
Yeah, use that for the desserts and the drinks and stuff. That'll be really cool.
Oh, yeah.
I do suspect there will be a lot of space age tech involved and a lot of molecular gastronomy. That is something I could see a lot of because there's
that might actually be it. Yeah,
and like liquid nitrogen and that sort of thing that they could use, and it's very, very high-end gourmet stuff. So if you're gonna go the full immersion route and you want it to be this sort of luxury cruise liner in space, which is sort of the vibe I could see them going for.
Well, this is the art for it. This is what their conceptual art. So it looks awesome. I am all over this. I cannot wait for this. I just so
yes,
good.
Please.
Yeah, I know, right? But you know what? I never get the window seats. Even in the like when you go to an aquarium restaurant, it's like they just give me the goddamn window seat just once. I don't know. Anyway, that's just me crying like a child. Okay, so here is something else I want to talk about because you know, we talked about this earlier. And that is that they're going to be okay. Hold on. Here we go. Here we are. Let the pictures get caught up. But we are going to grab our umbrellas because there's a Mary Poppins attraction coming to Epcot. Now, you and I did a little story about this a while back, Dalton, where they were talking about bringing a little carousel into the England Pavilion. Based on now, it's going to be based on Mary Poppins. Walt Disney World's Epcot had just quite a few exciting expansions in the work. They say yada yada. Disney announced that its 2019 D23, an all-new attraction inspired by Mary Poppins. During a 2-hour presentation at Expo, Bob Chapek, chairman of Disney Parks and Productions, announced a handful of upcoming. Okay, let's get to it then. World Showcase, World Nature. Okay, guys, come on. Here we are. I hate it when they do this. Yeah, we're going to talk about Mary Poppins, and then the first 2 paragraphs has nothing to do with it.
Cherry Tree, much.
Yeah, Cherry Tree Lane will sit at the entrance of an attraction, and guests will be able to explore the Banks home as well as the street they live on. Dick Van Dyke will be frozen and put in place after he dies. Oh, no, they're not saying that. Dick Van Dyke, who joined Chapek on stage while the announcement was made, sweetly explained to the crowd why the film is still significant to audiences today. And he says, what made it was Uncle Walt. Walt Disney was a creative genius who looked at the world through a child's eyes. And there's no word on when we should expect Mary Poppins to be officially open to the public, but we'll definitely keep our eyes open. Okay, so they really didn't have anything to say other than there's a Mary Poppins ride coming. Plus, they're going to be freezing Dick Van Dyke's body as a statue.
Well, no, they can't freeze his body as a statue. They have to freeze him and put him with Walt Disney. Oh, wait, I'm not allowed to talk about that.
No, Walt's alive and kicking.
We're forbidden from actually talking about that.
Yeah.
Be very.
Yeah. No, in all honesty, we heard about a carousel coming, and it was going to be back at the park. And if that's where they put the Mary Poppins attraction, I am all for it. I love the film. I do hope they lean towards the actual Mary Poppins, not the Mary Poppins Returns. But yeah, but considering where they're going, what were you saying, Prof?
Here's a thought. They could go with the carousel, but it could basically you get on the carousel, and then as you're riding along, the room has the like King Kong, how they have the sides and all. Mm-hmm. They could do that, so you're on the carousel and you're going through the streets.
Ooh, you know what? I would like it if you get on a carousel. It's kind of like a Peter Pan's flight thing, and you get on the carousel, and then it goes around and then breaks off into a dark ride. So you're actually on something that looks like, I mean, I understand they would have to do a car, but they could have the up and down horses beside you or in front of you while it's going on. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be really cool. I don't think it would ever be done because that sounds like it would be complicated as heck. But yeah, that is pretty cool. This is the poster. I want this poster. That looks really good. All righty. Next up, we've got new details unveiled for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway coming to Disneyland Park and Disney Hollywood Studios. This is what's taking the place of the Great Movie Ride. I got to admit, I'm not a big fan of them replacing the Great Movie Ride. What do you think, Professor?
I'm not a fan of them doing that either. Mm-hmm. But I'm very excited that Mickey Mouse has a damn ride again.
I know. Yeah, I know. We're watching our language here. Yeah, that's something. I'm very happy that Mickey Mouse has a ride. But I'll tell you this, Walt Disney, One Man in His Dreams, and I think Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway may have been better suited for Magic Kingdom. I know that Walt, One Man in His Dreams would have been great somewhere in Main Street.
Yeah.
It used to be.
Well, they used to have the old cartoons where now you can meet Mickey and you can meet Minnie and all that kind of stuff. They used to have old cartoons there, and that would have been a perfect theater for One Man in His Dreams, just to constantly play. There you go. You can always go sit down and watch it.
According to members of my family, I don't remember it, but apparently they did have it on Main Street, and then they moved it to Hollywood Studios. That's what I heard.
Okay. I'm not going to argue it because there was a period of about 4 or 5 years there that I hadn't been to Disney. Let's see. As we've shared, Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway, the first major Mickey themed ride through attraction, is coming to both Disneyland, Disney Hollywood, and it's going to be next year, I heard. Let's see. At Disneyland Park attraction, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. At Disney, I shouldn't skip over that. We've got people from Disneyland listening. The attraction will be opening in Mickey's Toontown in 2022. The action takes place at El Capitan Theater, where Mickey and Minnie are premiering their newest short, Perfect Picnic. Before you enter the cinema, you'll experience a special exhibit created by the Toontown Hysterical Society, featuring costumes and props from the Toon World, and that's there. And this is what we've got. At Disney's Hollywood Studios, Disney Imagineers are getting ready to open next year. You'll be invited to the Chinese Theater, which serves as a magical portal through which theater goers will step from the human world directly into the cartoon world for one goofy adventure aboard Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railway. Wow. I dig it when you see people working on stuff like that, because I don't know, when you're seeing it in action, you just can't think of any other way, you know? Mm. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway puts you inside a wacky and unpredictable world of Disney's Channel Mickey Mouse cartoon shorts. And once you step into the cartoon world of Mickey and Minnie, you'll board a train with Goofy as the engineer. Then one magical moment after the next leads you to a zany, out-of-control adventure filled with surprises, twists, and turns, with an original story and a lovable theme song.
All right. In other words, something analogous to like Roger Rabbit, but as a ride.
Roger Rabbit does have a ride at Disneyland, so yeah, that's actually I'm very excited for this. I really am. I wish they could have just updated the Great Movie Ride and put it somewhere else, like maybe as a ride after Walt Disney Man and His Dreams, and then you go into Runaway Railway. That would have been awesome. But hey, it looks awesome.
Yeah, and this one's at least explicitly Disney themed. As much as I love the Great Movie Ride, it wasn't very Disney.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be movies, but you're right, and it's Mickey and Minnie. So
the thing about the Great Movie Ride is, I think it honestly could have used an update. I loved that it showed older movies, but they should have had a few that they worked on and then put it in there, because they're Disney. Yeah. They produce how many movies?
2.
There's a ridiculous amount.
They've only ever done 2. Yes.
There's a ridiculous amount they could have put in there. But
yeah, there is.
Especially
but
now with Disney basically owning the world.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm the only guy I know I'm pushing back on this. Marvel is not Disney. Marvel's owned by Disney, but Marvel is not Disney. And now that they own Fox, I'm sorry, the Alien Queen is not a Disney queen. It's not a Disney princess. It's aliens, okay? Just because they own it doesn't make it Disney. Star Wars is Star Wars, and I hate the fact that they had Darth Vader riding on the carousel. Can we not, please? Can we just not? I know I'm fighting a losing battle on that, but that is how I feel.
Well, on one hand, I agree with you, but on the other, it was funny to watch him riding the carousel.
And it's going to be even more funny. It's going to be even more funny to watch the alien queen and the evil queen argue about who is
You're
really
fired.
the most evil queen.
You are fired.
You went too far, man.
This is something I just wanted to pop up because this is something that we're never going to see unless we go to Hong Kong. Please give to Patreon and Ko-Fi, links in the description below. I want this Disney Hong Kong trip. But they are going to be opening a Frozen themed roller coaster. In all honesty, I'm looking at it here. Does it look familiar to you, Professor Pixel?
It's the minecart ride.
It looks like the minecart ride, doesn't it? You even got the drop here. It even looks like it comes out, down, around, goes through the mine, and then down through. Yeah, it looks exactly like the minecart ride.
Then when you pass that building at the end, you'll see what's his name? The guy.
The dude in the sauna.
Yeah. Yoo-hoo!
Yoo-hoo! Yes. And the wave, it just says Disneyland Hong Kong is going to get a Frozen themed roller coaster. Disney Park Experience, blah, blah, blah. Guests will board sleds, which will go to the top of the hill by Sven and Olaf. The sleds will be then sent off. Guys, pick this up. Somebody's knocking on the door. I'll be right back. It's all on you.
Okay. Are we supposed to continue the article?
Yes, I think we're supposed to continue the article.
What was the last thing you read?
They'll go by Sven and Olaf was the last thing.
The sleds will then be sent off on a winding journey through Arendelle.
Hey.
Okay, he's back.
All righty. Yeah, they were kind enough to go get me a chai tea, and I forgot to tell them, hey, make it a Frozen. But But no, actually, I do like the Frozens, but still, chai tea is chai tea, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
All righty. So, Wandering Open and Sliding Sleds will be a brand new attraction of an entire Frozen themed land.
Oh, God.
Wow. What are you like against Frozen?
Maybe a little bit.
Now, okay, do you actually not
cold-hearted?
Oh, God.
Dalton, why?
I know, right? What have we ever done to you?
Not the movie itself. The movie is fine. I don't think it was better than like Tangled, let's say, or even Moana, but it was fine. The problem was that they constantly just drill it into people.
Well, that's not exactly their fault. You know, Disney wasn't making everybody do car karaoke. Disney wasn't doing that. People, the people who loved this film just put it out there. And Disney just responded. It's popular. Why not?
No, I can't blame them for it. I just hate that they do it.
Yeah.
I do agree with you personally. I think of those three, Moana, Tangled, and Frozen, Tangled is probably my favorite, but
yes,
I get why Frozen was the one that took off.
I like Home on the Range. Home on a Range doesn't get enough. That of all the movies, I think that does not get enough respect. It's Home on the Range. I think there should be a cow ride, a Home on the Range ride.
Is a Westerner who yodels.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. You get what I'm saying, and that's the important part right there. We are simpatico right here as far as Home on the Range. It's like it goes Home on the Range, Emperor's New Groove, Nightmare Before Christmas. It's right there. It's right there.
Are we allowed to fire him from his own channel?
Yep. So
I feel like
there's two of us now. I think that maybe.
Do we outvote him? Is that what it goes? I don't know how this works. Okay, so this is
England team has been voted off the island.
This is the
do it. It would be.
This is the
get our duties.
This is the concept art right here for the Frozen Land, and it looks awesome.
It does look
yeah, I'm all for it. It's just one more reason to take a trip to Hong Kong, it was Hong Kong. Or was it Tokyo? I forget. It was Hong Kong, right?
You said Hong Kong.
Hong Kong, yeah, and that's Of course, you got to wait until everything gets settled, but yeah, I'm all for it. And it's kind of funny because I was talking to my family. I said, no. You know, we got to save up, got to get you guys out of the country so you could see the world. And we'll just go to other Disneylands or other Disney Worlds.
I'd be glad to go to Disney World again, honestly, especially because all the new stuff that they released, they started opening right like a year after I went.
What are you talking about, Englatine? I've walked around the world plenty of times. I go to Epcot, go inside.
Yeah, I've been to
over and over.
Mexico. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Norway. I've been to China. I've been to Germany. I've been to Italy. I've been to America. I've been to Japan. I've been to Morocco. I've been to France. I've been to England, and I've been to Canada. That's all.
Been everywhere. That's everywhere. There's nowhere else.
I know. That's every country in the world. Yeah, according to Epcot. Yeah, it's a lot of fun though. I think I said them all, didn't I? And that was in order too, from Mexico. There's two types of people. The people who start in Mexico and the people who start in Canada. Which one are you, Professor?
Mexico every time.
Okay.
Like even to get to the concert, Mexico's the best route to go because you can pass by that path that has the convention building to the side.
Yeah.
And you go straight across the bridge. You're in Mexico.
Yep.
And you can just go straight to the concert if they have a concert going on.
Yeah, but you know what?
I did in Mexico too when we went.
Okay. I told my daughter, though, because she wants to go drinking around the world, I told her you start in Canada. You never start with the tequila. End with the tequila. You never start. All right, let's move on.
Don't stay in France for too long or you'll get so plastered.
There's some good stuff there. All righty, so we're going to move on into, here's something. They let some press into Rise of the Resistance today, and I saw a little bit of the trailer, and that's all they were showing. This is the trailer, and they said this room is real.
I have no idea what this is.
This is the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge Rise of the Resistance, which will be open in December for us. They said this room is this is not a screenshot. This is not a video. This room exists.
They straight up recreated it.
This is it. This is a picture of the room.
Wow.
Well, I'll be darned.
Including they said a star map on the back, just like this, where, this little star field. So I want to see this. I want to see this today. A lot of the bigger channels, of course, Diz Unplugged, all that kind of stuff have gone. Usually I'm not a big fan of that. I mean, I dig this kind of thing, but usually I don't like it when bigger channels go, well, we were invited to this really expensive thing here.
Yeah,
and
at that point, you're basically part of the establishment. Please.
Yeah, I'm thinking, so you're going to have an experience that nobody else has. And, we're not going to be able to actually get this. It's like they were talking about the food festival last year. And it was like, we were invited. No, it wasn't the food festival. It was the Flower and Garden. We were invited here, and this is the show, and they had people singing on the stage, and was like, nobody's going to get this. So, yeah, I don't like that. Now, would I like to be invited? Oh, hell yes. But, so that's the hypocrisy of the whole thing. I would love to be there.
That they do it. I wish it was me.
Exactly.
I would prefer no one got these privileges, but since somebody gets these privileges, I might as well get these privileges.
Well, here's what I want to hear. Here's exactly, this is the way that this would cure every ill. If they said, we were invited by Disney, so there's no way in hell or on earth that the experience we're going to have tonight is the experience you're going to have when you come. This is a special event. We'll show up on opening day. Even my trip around Galaxy's Edge, it was all the pass holders that came, but that's not what you're going to see. I'll go on opening day, but you just got to say, hey, look, this isn't it. I did say that I was there for the pass holder preview.
Yeah, this is basically the best case scenario you'll ever.
Absolutely. Because, it's like they did this Toy Story event where the Toy Story Land got open and the roads were empty and the characters are there. We're going to try all the food because it's all available right here on a table for us. Isn't that awesome? Yeah, not going to happen when you go. But what they talked about sounded awesome. Let's see. It says, when it opens, the harrowing adventure will blur the lines between fantasy and reality, put you in the middle of a climactic battle with the First Order and the Resistance. you'll join the resistance. Well, that sucks. Not that you'll join the resistance, but what if you wanted to join the First Order? What if you wanted to be the bad guy?
Well, okay, I know we're not supposed to get really political, but I think if they gave the option to join the First Order, there would be someone going something
Nazis.
Endorsing Nazis.
Yeah.
So
That's
that's why you don't have the option. Giving people the option to join Nazis is basically encouraging them to join Nazis.
Yeah, you're right about that, and that would ruin
Can't
it.
separate themselves from reality and fiction.
The reason why I'm complaining about it is this: the Galaxy's Edge is so immersive. It really is. You can't see outside of it. You talk to everybody. So if you decide, like, okay, say the stormtroopers are coming along. At one point, I heard them ask somebody if they saw BB-8. Now, what if that person decided, you know what? Yeah, I saw him round the corner with this girl with a bow staff, and just describe Rey. You want to be a bad guy for the moment. Have fun. It's cool. And that's part of the brilliance of Galaxy's Edge, and I really think they should keep that stuff open.
And that's the other thing.
Wow.
Since they are keeping track of your moral alignment, to put it in Dungeons and Dragons terms, why not give you the option to be evil? If we're allowing for evil, then let's allow for evil. Kind of because this is the thing. Everyone loves to play a villain. Everyone loves to root for the bad guy, just occasionally. Because bad guys get the most awesome things. They get the best outfits. They get the best villain songs. They get the best powers.
And
those Nazis, those evil German guys were really crappy people, but they knew how to dress. Here's something. So the attraction is also one of the largest Disney's ever created. Its massive show building is a world unto itself, housing 2 full-size AT-ATs. And a Star Destroyer hangar bay, which is what we're showing off right here, and complete with a TIE fighter and a garrison of stormtroopers. Okay. Man, I can't wait for this.
So what it is, I'm thinking what it is. It's basically a mix of. I don't want to say story time with Belle because because of how cartoonish it is, but it's kind of like that. And you're given your roles, and it's going to be a mix of that and the Atlantis experience over at Universal Studios.
Oh, I like that. I like
or
the
Islands of
Atlantis,
Adventure.
Ooh, that is something I really want to do. If I'm ever at Universal, I want to do the Atlantis thing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All righty. Well, I got to tell you, as soon as I heard that this wasn't created by anything but reality. I mean, that's a picture of the room that they're talking about. I mean, you see the TIE fighter right here. Yeah. Yeah, dude.
It's just instant want, please.
I know, right? This is a geek out experience right here, man. I'm all for it. All for it. Yep. Let's see what we got up. New Frozen 2 songs. New Frozen 2 songs. Is that the sentence that I'm reading right here? New Frozen 2 songs. New Frozen 2 songs. Plot details and characters revealed at D23 presentation. I still can't get over that. New Frozen 2 songs.
As in the songs that are in Frozen 2, I would imagine.
New Frozen. Oh, New Frozen. Okay, thank you for explaining that because my brain was not wrapping around that. I was thinking like 2 socks from
like
Dance.
December.
Yeah. Okay. Frozen 2 is just around the. Okay, here we go. Everything's starting out. But this guy here said. Disney Animation Chief Creative Officer Jennifer Lee, who also wrote and co-directed Frozen, took the stage with Chris Buck, co-director and of the original and the sequel. The two talked about how after the release of the Frozen movie, the first movie, many fans asked them why Elsa got her powers, which naturally led to them scheming up a sequel. Let's see. It'll take the cast of characters into an enchanted forest where everything looks to be fall. A place full of much change. In the end, nothing will be the same. Let's see. Pear revealed that Westworld star Evan Rachel Wood would voice Elsa and Anna's mother, Queen Aduna.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that they revealed that.
What, that they're going to have the mother?
Yeah, that they casted the mother.
Well, if it's going into the past, then the mom's going to be alive.
Let's hope it's that.
Yeah. Well, that's what they're saying. Yeah. It's talking about how she got her powers. In these Disney films, we tend to kill off parents, but guess what? We're bringing them back for a scene.
Okay.
Okay.
Flashback.
Sterling
Yeah.
K. Brown will play Destin Matthias, lieutenant who has been leading a troop of soldiers lost in enchanted forest for years. And the crowd saw Matthias talking to Anna about how much he misses her father. Well, hopefully he doesn't turn out to be the bad guy. I don't want them to go to that well again. The guy who they think is... Actually, I'm done with that for a long time now. The friend villain. Let's see, footage from the film opened to a scene of the core characters, Anna, Elsa, Olaf, Kristoff, and Sven, playing charades while Anna and Olaf are very skilled at the game. Elsa flounders. She's distracted by the mysterious voices she hears singing outside, one that none of the other characters can hear. She retires early for the evening, and Sven and Olaf follow suit. Kristoff wants to use this opportunity to propose to Anna, but she's concerned about Elsa. Holy Toledo, this is a lot. Elsa confides she's scared of messing up. Okay, she's still got those problems. Anna comforts her, and the two cuddle, singing the folk song that their mother sang to them as they drift to sleep. And then Elsa bolts awake. She hears the mysterious voice calling again, gets out of bed, starts to sing a song, and but considering the repetition of the phrase, it'll probably be called into the unknown about how she wants to follow the voice, but is scared to do so. Goes outside, signing about the call of the mysterious voice and how she wants to use her powers, creating swirling animals and more life. The woman could create life. She did it before. I'd be afraid to make anything. Come on.
Snow golems.
I know, right? After the clip of the cast of Frozen 2 took to the stage to sing one last song entitled Some Things Never Change. The song is very fall themed. Okay. I love that poster, though. That's sweet.
That's a nice poster, yeah.
It is.
That's cool.
You can go home now. One thing that it's sounding to me is she might meet people with fall powers, spring powers, and summer powers.
I don't know what I can control the leaves.
I imagine they'll tie the 4 seasons to the 4 elements, so summer powers will be more oriented toward like fire and
wood
and things of that nature.
Wood or earth. Fire, it would be earth. Frozen obviously is the sea. Summer, spring would be the wind. So I guess summer being heat would be fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go. But yeah, I have a feeling from what I heard, that's what they're swimming for. So I don't know. I'm in. I'm going to see it. Got a movie channel as well. So going to have to do something about it.
For both channels.
Yeah, of course.
It looks good from everything I've seen of the trailers. Yeah. If they manage to make it as good or better than the first one, then by all means go right ahead and do that.
Speaking of movies to review for both channels, Disney announces Raya and the Last Dragon as next animated film. They're steering into the Chinese audience. China's becoming a big bit for box office, but I'm okay with that. All I want, I don't care what it's about. I just care it's a good movie. I didn't ask for a Hercules movie. I enjoyed it. I didn't ask for Emperor's New Groove. It's my favorite Disney movies these days, right after Home on the Range. So
I do think that at some point I would like to see them try to make Kingdom of the Sun.
Okay.
What Emperor's New Groove was originally going to be as something else, because I've looked into that concept a lot, and Kingdom of the Sun sounded like a really awesome movie. As much as I love Emperor's New Groove, it's nothing like the original concept for Kingdom of the Sun.
Okay, and I would love to see them make a Disney animated version of the musical Hair. I think that would be awesome. Okay,
the only issue I have with
that's a little bit harebrained, don't you think?
Oh,
yes, Professor. What were you saying?
My only issue is how that dragon looks. It's a little freaky looking.
Yeah, that is a bit off, but okay, we'll see. Let's see. It says Raya will be an epic fantasy adventure with Southeast Asian themes. Writer Adele Lim said at the panel, the film is set in a realm called Lamandra, described as a reimagined Earth inhabited by an ancient civilization, 5 clans from the land of the dragon, and Rhea is determined to find the last dragon. See, when I heard about that, when I heard, ooh, the last dragon, I thought Barry Gordy. I thought, you know, just this is the last dragon and Shogun, Show Enough, the whole 9 yards. But yeah, unfortunately not. Cassie Steele is the protagonist, Rhea, and the rapper Aquafina, Nora Lum, plays the dragon named Sisu. She's not like any other dragon that you've seen before. She's a water dragon. And why do I think she's going to have the same personality as Mushu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the reason why it looks like that is if they're going for Southeast Asian as opposed to like Chinese or Central Asia, their concept of a dragon is slightly different. A dragon in that culture is more like a mixed being, kind of like a chimera. So there's bits of other animals involved with the dragon.
Oh, no, I'm talking about mostly the face being an issue with me. The way the dragon, like, is designed. I know it's supposed to look like a Chinese dragon. It's just how it looks in that, what they had up there. It looks kind of off to me.
Okay, I do dig it in the clouds here, and we're getting some jungle noises. And all right, Raya and the Last Dragon's development goes back to 2017 when Disney shelved Gigantic, a retelling of Jack and the Beanstalk that would have taken place in 15th century Spain and focused on a young hero befriending an 11-year-old giantess. We are focusing our energies on another project that has been in the works. And then Untitled Animated Project had November 25th, 2020 released, and this must be it. The Last Dragon. I'm in. I mean, this is actually something that has me actively excited. So I think that's going to be cool. Looking forward to
something
it.
original by Disney right now.
Yeah, so. I know. And the next year after this movie comes out, we'll get the live action remake of it. And then,
although it is reminding me a lot of the, I think it was an 80s movie, The Last Unicorn.
Last Unicorn? Okay. I remember that one. Don Blue thing. Yeah.
Oh my God.
What?
I just remembered the movie you're talking about. When you say Home on the Range, you're talking about that animated one with the cows.
Greatest film ever. Yep. It had a cow.
Yodeling Pied Piper, who's also a cowboy and a like land developer, apparently.
You name another Disney movie that has a cow looking at its own teats and going, yeah, they're real. Come on. Any? No? Can you name one? I don't think so. That's a great film.
The lead cow being voiced by Roseanne Barr.
By Roseanne Barr. Yeah. There you go. Best Disney movie ever.
And the horse that wanted to be an action hero.
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Okay, I love it when I tell a joke 8 hours before, and then somebody's like, "Oh, God. Yeah."
I got it right away. Don't look at me.
That's why we brought Professor Pixel on for delayed reactions. That's his forte. Yeah.
Forte.
All righty. And here's the final one. I wanted to talk about this because there's something else. Disney reveals first look at Moana. Moana. I am Moana. Moana.
You're a little bit too much twang there.
Moana.
I love that Moana movie.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that Moana movie. She's that little girl in that little grass skirt there you're talking about. And I think she's got a little problem with her hair. I mean, they got the curly hair, but they talk about how they go on to brush that curl. You know, she's got sticks and stuff stuck in there. She's going to hang out in the woods all the time, going to see. You ever go to the beach? You want to talk about you going to have a full head of hair like that? No, I'm telling you right now, I went to the beach just one time. I had a stick of skin and my hair clumped up together, and they're going to talk about her singing, "Oh, I am Moana." Oh, no, she's singing to herself about how she wants to find some shampoo, not somebody hot stuff to Fiji. I'll tell you that because I've been near the beach. I know how that water works. Anyway, it goes on to say, while the mega popularity of Frozen prompted Disney to immediately integrate its chilly characters into every side of the business, love for 2016's Moana was a slower burn. In all honesty, I do love this film. I like the songs. I just like the characters. I think that chicken is dreamy. And the demigod is pretty good too. But overall, though, it's a very entertaining movie. I agree with him. Moana was a slower burner, making it a lower priority. That changes in 2020 when Disney Parks will unveil completely reimagined Epcot, complete with Moana-themed attraction. According to new releases out of D23 convention, Epcot at Walt Disney World Resort in Florida is undergoing a historic transformation, bringing the next generation of immersive storytelling to life through a plethora of new attractions and experiences. The new Epcot will be unified with 4 neighborhoods that take guests to new destinations where the real is made fantastic in a celebration of curiosity, hands-on wonder, and the magic of possibilities. It's expected to open in 2021, timed with the 50th anniversary of Epcot. I was there on opening day because I'm old. Holy crap. Wait, the 50th anniversary of Epcot? That's in no, Magic Kingdom, yes. But the 50th anniversary of Epcot, that was 1980, man. Is that really 50 years? No, it can't be. It can't be.
1980 to 2020 would be.
No, that's 40, man. That's not 50. You got the number wrong. 40. I was like, wait a second. How old am I? That's what I'm getting here. The first reveal of the overhaul is Journey of Water, inspired by Moana. As described by Disney Parks, the attraction promises a lush exploration trail that will invite guests to meet and play with magical living water. Alrighty. Disney is expected to provide additional details on Epcot's reimagining on Sunday at D23 panel. Hey, more news! Woohoo! Journey of Water is the first Disney park attraction themed to Moana. The Disney animation film was released and made $643 million worldwide. And yeah, they're going to be doing a lot of stuff. We're going to be talking more about all the changes to Epcot on another day.
And I mean, you and I have been saying pretty much since we started doing these live streams on this channel that Epcot really desperately needed an overhaul.
It needs an overhaul.
It's good. It's good that they're picking up on that. I guess.
This is new though, because they're bringing in fantasy attractions, that kind of stuff. I don't know how I feel about that, but I think I'm okay with it because 1, it's going to bring new life. 2, if they still kind of keep the science bit to it, I think I'll have fun with it. But let's face it, they got rid of that as soon as they put Frozen in.
Well, I think they're doubling down on the cultural aspect of it, which I think is smart because a lot of the high tech aspects of Epcot never interested me. What interested me was the multicultural stuff.
Yeah. Well, the World Showcase is everybody's favorite part of Epcot.
Yeah.
And I've never mind. Like, I don't mind if they made a ride based on Snow White in Germany. I never have. And there was supposed to be a ride in Germany, by the way.
Yeah, but that would be nice. But I also agree that getting away from the technology kind of really is a sucker punch to the gut. Like, to the life of the park, it was that future element whenever you stepped in. Well, even Tomorrowland's gotten outdated, but that's fine as long as, because Epcot was that. It was the future, and then you went into the world.
The way
it was never supposed to be a quote unquote realistic future. It was supposed to be like an idealized world.
That's Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland started off as being what we're expected to see, but then they realized they could never keep up. So with Tomorrowland, they made it the idealized version of the future which would be seen from the 1950s. That's what they're doing as far as that's concerned. So basically the Jetsons. Future World, however, has always been reality. And unfortunately, they're going to change. No, I can't say unfortunately, because it might all be cool. It might be awesome. I don't know. This is concept art right here. I'm brought in just by this. Looks awesome. I want to see this.
I think it'll be cool for a little bit, but after a while, you'll never want to walk that trail again.
Maybe it depends. It depends. I still the walking trails are my favorite at Animal Kingdom. I like to see. Yeah, I love seeing the animals. That's
I thought you meant like the dinosaur one. After the first time, you never need to go again.
Oh, the one around the well, that's only because it's like 2 paths, and they're both 3 feet long. So there's not really a lot to see. But if this is actually something, then I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm. I, of course, have never been a huge fan of walking trails just on principle because walking is difficult for me. But
well, I'm sure they'll allow you to roll too, dude.
Well, yeah, but I was making a kind of dark joke.
Gotcha.
But
we don't have irony here.
This looks interesting to me. I'm curious about how they're going to pull off the whole living water thing. That's going to be probably the most interesting.
More than likely, it'll be those kind of fountains that jump from one to another to another to another to another, and that kind of stuff. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm just curious if they'll come up with some new Imagineering technology that like we wouldn't normally be able to conceive of to pull it off.
Yeah, I want those little coconut guys there. I want them somewhere in there, moving around. Make it. That would be a cool animatronic.
I want a big fiery demon that tries to burn you. No, I don't know. So long as
you know what I always thought would make an interesting like walking trail type attraction. Wonderland.
Wonderland? Yeah, that would. Yeah, I could see that. And it's Underland, by the way, if you haven't seen the updated live action versions, which yeah.
You know, I'm actually going to say, even though they are weird, I don't really count them as the live action versions. They're more like a sequel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. See that.
You can take that underachievement and shove it under places where it shouldn't be shoved.
Why do we talk to you? This is the questions we have to ask ourselves. Anyway, guys, that's the news we've got here, man. There's still going to be a lot more stuff. There really is. There's going to be a lot more stuff coming in. Wow, we got a dislike. I don't like it. He said Home of the Rage is the best movie Disney's ever done. Dislike, man. I can't believe that. How could you ever possibly say? Joking. He mentioned Roseanne Barr. She made that tweet, man. I don't like that, man. I got to dislike this video, man. What you talk about? Oh, all righty.
It might have been the puns.
It could have been. Yeah, the puns are pretty bad, but they're also a lot of fun. Anyway, that's the stories. I'm excited. So, what did you hear? What's got you more excited about tonight? And what's the thing that you're like, okay, you know, I'm not excited. Maybe I'll wait for more. We'll see. Which one's which?
I think I'm excited for that. Honestly, the Star Wars Rise of Resistance. I think that's going to be really epic once it's out.
Okay, is there anything that you heard of that you're like, take it, leave it?
Frozen. Not the movie. The movie looks good. The Frozen ride.
The Hong Kong roller coaster ride is like, well, that's
the same thing. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah, here's the thing. I would love to go see it. I probably will never. Hopefully that's not true, but the roller coaster they're talking about, that really does look like Snow White. We've seen it, we've done that. But yeah, hopefully it's more. And if we ever do get a chance to go over there, I'll like it. I'm sure
I'm excited for pretty much everything immersion related because I've always loved going that extra mile. That's immersion.
Dude, come on down. We got to get you into these things. Yeah, I think you'll love Galaxy's Edge. I think you're going to dig on the Harry Potter land and Universal, the Wizarding World. Yeah. I mean, even if you're not a huge Harry Potter fan, you just kind of have to appreciate.
I was when I was younger, and I've still read all the books and seen all the movies, and I even owned some of the spin-off books and things like the Tales of Beatty and the Bard and stuff.
And that's the thing. Even if you're not, you got to appreciate the technology, the detail that goes into these things. And that's one thing I love as a theme park goer is, like, if I wasn't a big Star Wars fan, I would enjoy the detail of Galaxy's Edge. All the stuff they put into it.
There's the fact of like. Harry Potter, for better or worse, in my opinion, mostly the worst, was the first fantasy world that my generation grew up on. And for better or worse, that's gotta count for something. Because for like the first 10 years of my generation growing up, you went and you saw the Harry Potter movie in either the winter or the summer, depending upon when they released it, and you read the book when they whenever they came out. So
Well,
that counts for something.
I'm going to call an end to this because, as you can see, I have a video to record. I've got all the pictures and everything all gathered up and all the comic and such like that. So it's time to lay down a track. So I'll just say thank you very much for whoever listens to this, because, well, only 3. I think we got all the way up to 5, actually 6 at one point. So that's cool. But anyway, thanks, guys, for joining and talking about all of this, because it is a lot of fun. And I hope you guys join. And thank you, everybody else, for watching.
Cheers, guys.
So long.
And